People have this idea that time heals all wounds. That's a phrase that people use all the time. And, so it's not true with physical wounds, and it's definitely not true with emotional ones. So when we just try and wait it out, then the grief is just sitting there waiting for you.
My name is Tony DiLorenzo. I work for Denver Fire Department Station 18 out in Lowry. You know, I held her hand on her last breath, on her last heartbeat. Cherished that moment. And that was a week before I started the academy for the Denver Fire Department, so didn't really have a whole lot of time to grieve because I had to jump into a brand new job and a lot of responsibilities and a lot of expectations, and kind of had that mentality that I had growing up that somehow it'll fix itself, it'll work itself out, everything will be okay, and time passed and it really didn't work out that way. That floored me. That really put me down at the bottom, so that was tough.
My name is Stephen Holtz, and I'm a captain at Station 15. I'm the house captain, and I'm also the officer on the engine on the C shift. I knew in my career that a police officer would probably be killed. I figured in my career that a police officer would be killed that I knew, but I never imagined that it was somebody that I worked with. I was going to be there in less than 50 feet away and not be able to do anything to stop it. So it was at the time, it was pretty devastating.
I withdrew, kind of just like on my days off, I'd lay in bed all day, didn't really do a whole lot. And when they were home, I was really edgy and snapped more than I usually do, and just wasn't me, wasn't happy. I finally realized I can't do it on my own. I talked to one of the men in the peer support group for Denver Fire, and he allowed me to be real. You know, I was looking for people to allow me to say, I don't feel good today, I'm pissed off, or, you know, my heart hurts, or it's not okay, and, you know, I'm not happy, and not get the canned answer back like, oh, it's gonna be okay, time heals. You know, they allowed me to be real.
Did I grieve? I grieved. We did a lot of talking and a lot of soul searching. The counselor that I was assigned to from the department, I thought she was great. I thought she was wonderful. I was able to talk to her, and there were feelings that I was feeling that I didn't realize I was feeling until I talked about it. And I cried in front of the guys, and there were guys that cried in front of me. So I think that helped out. I think that was a positive thing, because I could let down. I didn't have to be the big macho cop anymore. I could, I could show feelings and I could show remorse, and I think that was a positive thing that I got out of it, was just that I could let those feelings out and not have to bottle them all up and go to the bar or go someplace else for it. So.
There's always been a community of spouses through the Hearts of Fire, and so we teamed up with them and created this group.
For my husband, it's comforting for him to know that the wives and the husbands are together, that we are a community, that we are a family, and that we support each other.
In the support meetings, I'm not going to tell you exactly what we say, because we all agree that what happens there stays there, but it is a place where we can talk about our fears and what it is like for real to be a spouse of a firefighter. And I think that they really appreciate that, only other firefighter spouses get it.
My husband is a typical guy's guy, and he will talk to me, but it doesn't always come as easily as what a woman would do, just because of how we're wired. And so I don't try to make him talk to me. I just am there when he's ready to talk to me. You don't want to pull it out of them, because sometimes they need to process it internally or process it with other firefighters, people who actually saw what happened or felt what happened. But I'm there when he's ready.
Just talking about it, and whether they talk to me or they talk to somebody in the church, or, you know, we have, you know, peer support, Kaiser. Just, for me, it was just talking to somebody.
The only way out is through it. You can't just avoid the pain. There's no pill you can take to make the grief go away. There's no quick fix. There's no Band-Aid. You have to sit with it. You have to be real about the pain of the loss. And then eventually it starts to not feel so painful.